Hey gang, it's your boy Sean back at it again with another video tutorial, and this time we're going to learn how to host a static website using Amazon S3. Alright, before we start on the hands-on tutorial, why don't we have a short overview about what Amazon S3 is and why should we use it? So what is Amazon S3? Amazon S3, which stands for Simple Storage Service. It is an Amazon service that provides cloud storage for various types of web development applications. So, say for example, you made a website and you're planning to host it and make it publicly available for everyone to see, or perhaps you are in need to store data or some images that is required for your application to work. You can use Amazon S3 in that regard. Now that we know what Amazon S3 service provides and what S3 stands for, let's move forward, or let's head over to what are the benefits of using S3. Well, there are many reasons why using S3 is much of an advantage compared to those regular hosting providers that you often see being advertised over the web. But two important points which convince me using this over the latter is this. First is the storage and cost. Usually on other web hosting sites, you need to pay like a fixed amount of service for the tier that you have purchased. Now, whether you have consumed the amount of data that was allowed or not in the plan that you have purchased, you still need to pay what was dictated on the plan that you have purchased or on your account's terms. Well, in S3, it's quite different. You pay only the space that you use. You pay what you only use or what you have consumed. And the storage itself is scalable. So whether you have like plans in the future, whether you need more space, you need more bandwidth, or you need more storage, you need to put more files or images for your website, well, you won't have any problems with that. Amazon can do that for you. It can auto scale for you. The second reason why is security and reliability. Now, at some point in time after hosting your site in a data host provider that you have chosen, you have to take care of things like security, being able to keep your site safe from malicious attacks or denial of services, being able to make your site reliable, like handling website traffic, and basically the DevOps part of the web dev, as some would say. Well, in S3, all of those things are handled or were handled, and the only things that you have to worry about or have a concern of is spacing your website files and hosting it. Alright you guys, now that we're done with the short overview about what AWS S3 is all about, let's now try to proceed and host a static website which I made back then, and try to use the S3 bucket hosting to make the website publicly available for everyone to see. So there are two things that you need. First and foremost, of course, is a valid AWS account, which I already have. I'm not gonna go over this. The registration page for creating a new account is pretty self-explanatory and it's pretty straightforward, so you won't get lost along the way. One thing to note though is that if you're trying to create a new account, you're gonna need to provide a valid credit card information. It's just the way on how things go in their end, and it's probably one of the ways on validating whether the account that's being currently trying to be registered is legitimate or not. So there's no other way around this, unfortunately. So secondly, thing that you need is the website files, which I have here. For me here in my local folder, I'm gonna use this to upload this in the bucket later on. So first thing that we need to do is, by the way, this is the website that we're going to use or host in S3. So first and foremost, you need to sign in with your account. After signing in, you're gonna see the dashboard, of course, with all the other AWS services that are available. But right now we're focusing on, or we need to focus on S3. So head over to your top left corner of the screen. You're gonna see a services tab and try to find S3. It's under storage. Right, so you're gonna see you can see that I have an existing bucket here, but we need to create a new one for the history website. So click create bucket, and normally here in the bucket name, the convention is to use like the URL name of what your website's going to be. Like, say for example, you have a website about dogs, you can put the name as like www.allaboutdogs.com, somewhere along those lines. So this time, since it's a website about history, you can put something like something like that. It's not taken, so that's good. So here under the region, probably pick the ones that is close to where or to what country you live in. So I live in the Philippines, so I'm gonna choose Singapore because that's pretty close to us. These are, by the way, the available data centers on Amazon. So I'm gonna pick Singapore, click next. Nothing to change here, click next. Block public access bucket settings. So you need to untick this because we need to make sure that the website or the files that we're going to host here is publicly available for everyone to see. So you click on I acknowledge and click next. Click next, create bucket, and there you go, you have your bucket. So if we try to click that, you can see that your bucket is empty. So at this point, or from this point on, we need to upload the website files or the files that we need for our website. So I'm going to choose the style sheet, the index, and the script. So I'm going to drag them here on this upload pane area, and then it's going to ask, okay, here are the files that you want to upload. Click next. Under here, under manage public permissions, make sure that you choose the grant public read access to this object so that everyone can see it. So okay, click next, standard, and upload, and just like that, all the files were uploaded. So the second thing that we need to do is head over to properties, and under static website hosting, you're going to see a bunch of options if you try to click discard, and there you go. And we need to select use this bucket to host a website. Upon clicking this, you need to provide some information. In the index document, this is basically the root file that will be loaded first, or in our case, it's going to be the index HTML. The error document is usually the page we're in. Whenever a user tries to mingle with the route of the URL, they will usually be redirected here. So in our case, let's just put index HTML just for the sake of tutorial. So you need to, can you see this endpoint right here? You need to take note of this because this is the URL of your website. So we need to copy this and paste it in Notepad or any editors that you have open. So click save, and if you try to access the URL endpoint that you copied a while ago, paste it on another browser tab, you can see that it's hosted. See, as simple as that. So if you can notice, the URL is pretty long. So there's another service in AWS that you can use. It's called Amazon Route 53, and what it does is that it lets you buy domain from other services. So you can use that domain to redirect to this origin or to this endpoint. So you can have what do you call this, a much more a better URL at the end of the day. But this time we're just focused on uploading the website itself. So that's how easy it is to actually upload a static website in Amazon S3. Now, this is fine if you're working on a very small project or a website that does not regularly update. You can just upload the build folders or the build files here and you're good to go. But what if you're working on a much more complex project? Like, say for example, a website repository that keeps getting updated from time to time. What AWS experts usually do is that they make use of another service, and it's called AWS Code Build. With Code Build, you can easily integrate your website's repository so that whenever you're trying to make like a push or a commit or some small changes or some hot fixes, Code Build can easily detect that and automatically build the website files for you, and it will be seamlessly uploaded in S3 without any manual intervention whatsoever. So in the next tutorial, we're gonna make use, or we're gonna learn how to make use of Code Build so you don't have to manually re-upload the website files yourself. So until then, see you guys around.